Hello and welcome to this special interview. It's not often that the Law Minister of India actually has to wear the hat of an advocate and defend himself. Salman Khurshid has just done that, held a press conference to defend the dealings of an NGO he is associated with. We're now joined by Salman Khurshid. So thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
Before I actually get into specific questions, the charge is, and this is a sting that is carried out by a private channel, and the charge is that Dr. Zakir Hussain Memorial Trust, that works for the differently abled people in the state of Uttar Pradesh, they got 71.5 lakh of rupees as assistance from central government for camps that were meant to distribute tricycles, crutches, other equipment, but these camps never existed. That's the main charge, that 71.5 lakh has been siphoned off for imaginary camps, if I can use this word.
Fair enough.
Secondly, there is a draft CAG report that pretty much says the same thing. Says that, instead of recovering the money, in fact, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment actually granted you 68 lakhs. How do you respond to this principal charge?
So, the principal charge, core charge, call it what you like, is about 71 lakhs, and it's about 17 camps. Right?
Camps that didn't exist.
No, 17 camps. So have I not today shown you documents, newspaper reports, photographs of mine actually inaugurating the ETA camp, photographs of the officers who are cited as people saying no camps were held, actually distributing the implements in the camp. I've shown all that to you in the press conference now. So I don't think anybody can now say the camp was not held. 17 camps were held. So I don't think that's an issue at all. And the CAG report, very clearly, the CAG has said to us that this is a draft report. And the draft report is based on lack of information as far as the trust is concerned. The ministry didn't give the information, they couldn't contact us, whatever it may be. All the information that the CAG actually needs to come to a final conclusion is available with the Ministry of Social Justice. We are not going into chronology as to when it was available, when the CAG inquired. But the CAG have said that if you give us this information, we will obviously factor in. So the CAG has gone entirely on the charge itself. That we have no evidence that the camps took place, so we have to assume that camps didn't take place. We have shown evidence that camps took place. I've showed you the people today who actually held the camps. We've given the utilization certificates that have been submitted. We have given the bills that were the bills for the instruments that were bought from government agencies. We've shown the audited accounts which show how much money was given to which camp. We've given press reports, pictures of people who actually were there at the inauguration of the camp. So all that's been now made available. Therefore, established, unless a person doesn't want to accept.
You've done this today. You've said that these pictures were available. The gentleman who denied that they ever signed a document, they were actually in fact distributing some of the equipment. Now, why did they deny? Why? I have some names with me. For example, one gentleman called JB Singh, he says that his signatures have been forged.
I showed you his picture.
Mr. Yadav, he said that he had retired in January, whereas he was shown to be distributing something 2 months later. A retired government employee possibly cannot be distributing, equipment for the disabled. So
no,
these
that's different. He said something different. He said that I did not recommend, I couldn't have recommended that the camp that this money be released because I was already
retired in January.
So he has nothing to do with any camps. This is only about the file work in the office.
And a report that has been sent by UP government in June 2012 to the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment says, out of the 17 districts, they found their initial report suggests that 5 districts they did not find a problem. 10 districts there are discrepancies about the signatures and the claims made. Now, this is a report. This is not just this is the report that I am citing that has been sent by the government of Uttar Pradesh to Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment.
Yes.
So this is not just the channel. So you
no. It's not the channel. The channel is based its story on this. Okay, And we've said, just as we will say to UP government or to the Ministry of Social Justice or to anybody else who wants to know, we will say that these camps have been held. This is the proof. The camps have been held. Now, if the camps have been held, why would anybody want to give false certificates saying the camps have been held if the camps have actually been held? Now, what has happened is officers change from time to time, and only UP government can ask an officer that you were here at this time, is this your signature? Who else can ask?
No, but the report that I just quoted to you,
Yeah,
that of the 17,
that's
the
what I'm telling you.
5
Simple.
they have found okay.
Yeah.
10 they have a
Do
problem,
you know
and
why?
they have sent it to your colleague Mukul Wasnick.
But you know why?
Why would they say
if you
that
were the
there's a
district magistrate when
Okay.
the camp took place and you signed it, or a CMO, and then when somebody went to inquire and there was your successor CMO and he was asked, is this your signature, what will he say? No. Wouldn't he? Wouldn't
But
he?
they would have records, right?
No.
Of the previous, if
Precisely, they would have records. So all we've said is, please get the records out, get the man who actually signed it and ask him if he signed it. Whereas what somebody has done is deliberately ask the man who has not signed it, have you signed this? And the person has said no. They forwarded that to the government here. Government here said this is to be clarified. Could you please clarify? So we've gone back to the UP government saying, no, please get this inquired properly so that the person who signed it himself is asked whether he signed it or not. Now, one such person we were told has given an affidavit. We asked for a copy of the affidavit. We were given a copy of that affidavit. That affidavit was given to the channel. The channel said this affidavit is actually not a genuine affidavit.
the person mentioned in that affidavit,
repeated by
Mr.
that
JB
person,
Singh,
JB Singh.
Yeah,
who
he
said
says the
this
signatures are forged.
The signatures are forged. This is not my affidavit. Today we've shown you his picture, giving out the instruments at the camp. Now, why would anybody forge the signatures of the officer who was present at the camp to give out those implements? The story of the channel is the camp didn't take place. The picture shows that the camp took place and he was there. Now, why would anybody want to forge his signatures to prove that the camp took place when you have independent proof that the camp took place? Obviously, someone who wants to create trouble, trying to create a red herring and then making you responsible for the red herring. So you can only have a conclusive decision on this if there is a proper inquiry.
Okay.
And we asked for it. We asked for the
You
inquiry.
asked for it.
Yeah.
Let me put this very straight. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and India Against Corruption, they have actually been demanding your resignation, arrest of the director of, Louis Khurshid, who happens to be the director of Dr. Zakir Hussain Memorial Trust. They say that as long as you, occupy a powerful position, there can never be a fair inquiry.
Why?
Charge number 2, because, you can influence the result of the inquiry.
Well, I can influence as a law minister, and I can influence any result of anything. So there should not be a law minister in the country. Were you saying that I would do this in my interest, that I would do it in my interest with so much media scrutiny? And then when to my ministry, the question had come whether disclosures should be made under RTI of this particular organization,
NGO.
the NGO. The file didn't even come to me. The law ministry itself said that yes, the disclosure should be made. Now, why, if somebody had to cover up as a law minister, then you would be watching and covering up on those things, Instead, we've said, please let there be full disclosure. So now, to say that because I'm law minister, the UP government will end up saying something untrue, when it is under scrutiny of all of you, the people who say it is our signature will be there for anyone to investigate. And people who say it's not our signature will be there for any person to talk to. There's no problem.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.